Good day to all the listeners here on 107.9 FM, The Berg. It is Spencer Duby, and it is time for Music Monday. Today we got in the studio Alysia Therrien. Now, she is a singer solo, and she's also in the band, Big Louie and the Band. They're a party band. They cover weddings, different events, all the way from here to Toronto, which is very, very cool. And she has a fantastic voice. So we're very excited to have her in the studio today. Alysia, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm excellent. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
We're excited that you are here. Do you mind if we go right back to the early part of your life growing up, what kind of music you were into and whatnot?
Yeah, so earlier in life, I've always liked a mix of things. I grew up singing country music primarily, so I did the local competition circuit, and if you often see me perform, I was singing country music. So I still kind of maintain that like twang in my voice that some people are able to identify, but I definitely evolved and enjoyed doing community theater, so I've done a lot of theater-based stuff as well.
Very nice. Any musicals that stick out in your memory? Or
locally, so I did My Fair Lady with Rising Stars. Theater Live actually was that one. That was probably my early 20s, so that was a while ago. But that one was more recently. I did 9 to 5 with Cardinal Music Productions. So those are the two that stand out right now.
Very nice. And as I mentioned earlier, you have a fantastic voice. Did you take any lessons growing up, or are you self-taught?
No, I have actually had multiple vocal coaches. Wow. I think I've learned different things from the different coaches. Locally, Crystal Gage was one of my first vocal coaches. I always attribute her to my belt that I was able to accomplish. I've been instructed by professionals out in Toronto as well. So Elaine Overholt, she actually coached John Travolta, Catherine Zeta-Jones. She's Shawn Mendes' vocal coach. So I learned basically some of the primary stuff I use now through her.
Oh my God. Okay, we're going to come back to that a little later on. I think if there's some singers out there or like myself who like to partake in karaoke, we might need to get some tips and tricks from you.
Sure.
When did you really start singing? Were you young, 4, 5, 6, or were you a little older?
I would say probably 8 was when I actually really started going into it. My mom put me into community theater actually at that age, and that's kind of where the door opened.
Very nice. So it just kept going with that. You stuck with it.
Exactly.
You loved singing.
Exactly.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
Now, your career, how did it get going? Was there a certain performance that if you were at a bar, they were like, oh, wow, we got to get you back to do that? Or were you performing somewhere and someone from a band was like, wow, she's got a great voice. Let's get in contact with her. What led to your career getting launched?
Well, I would say I've always participated in the community theater circuit, the competition circuit. But in terms of my professional career, I actually began taking my career more professionally when I was casted to be a singer on board Norwegian cruise line ships. So I did that for a few years where I toured around the world and I was a production singer full time. And then when I came back from the cruise ships, that's when I segued into being with the band. The first band I performed with when I came back was Stiletto Fire, and then I'm currently with Big Louie in the Band. So it allows me to keep going, at least in the professional avenue.
Awesome. And how do you like that?
I love it. I am my band right now. All of my members are fantastic. I appreciate them so much. They're such talented musicians, and I feel really blessed that I get to work with them. So
this band, Big Louie and the Band, is it just strictly like, events like weddings and whatnot or private parties, or will all of you ever play at like an outdoor festival or something like that? Yeah, we do. We play a lot at Cosmos Windsor, which is not outdoor festival, but a great spot. Yeah, on the Caesars Windsor stage. We just did the City of Windsor's grand opening at their 133rd birthday downtown for the new City Hall Square. We're performing at Pride Fest coming up on April 10th, so you'll catch us at the 2:00 time slot. Very nice. Now let's talk a little about your solo career as well, because Everly released as a single back in 2021. You have quite a few singles and LPs. How did all that come together? It's interesting because I've always been a singer, and I also like to write, so I'm a writer as well. And it wasn't until the pandemic when all of us had those opportunities to kind of step back, enjoy some creative opportunities, and this is where Everly actually came to life. So my daughter was around 1 year old at the time, and just through having those moments of more reflection and just time in itself, this song just kind of came to me one day, just rocking her. Mm-hmm. And then I was able to reach out to Brian Jacques, who allowed me to actually take this just vocal
medley that I had and actually put it to music. And then thus now I have this piece now that I'm so thankful that it's been able to capture the essence of how much I love and appreciate my daughter. And I'm even astounded that it's actually being played on a radio station now.
Well, I'll tell you this. I love the song, and it's for all the moms and even dads out there, like you talk about, am I doing this right in the song? But you're my favorite song. So I love it. So it's for any parent out there.
Thank you.
It's a fantastic song. We're going to take a little break and we're going to play Everly here on the Berg. Is there anything you want to throw out there about this song before we play it? Any fun facts about it, or just good to go?
I think and I'm actually really thankful you pointed out that one particular lyric, because I feel like that kind of stands out to me, that she is just, brings out that life and that creativity. And I'm so thankful that this kind of is like a product of that. So hopefully.
Fantastic. We're very excited and happy to play it here on the Berg. It is Everly, Alysia Therrien here on 107.9 FM. Now, isn't that a beautiful song for any parent out there with their child? It's fantastic. Alysia Therrien with, of course, Everly here on the Berg. And we're talking with Alysia today for Music Monday. If you're just joining us, I'm sorry that you missed so far a very fun and nice interview. Alicia's here in the studio, and we got some more questions for her. This song, as you mentioned before, it come together during COVID. How old was she at that time when you got the idea for this song, when you were rocking her?
She was just under 1 year old.
Yeah, so not a full year yet.
Yeah. And
was it right after you put her to bed or whatever? Is that when you started penning the lyrics for it?
It was more or less just those, as a mom, like when you are sitting rocking, just comforting and just enjoying that downtime when your child's sleeping. It was through just the constant just sitting there rocking and not really moving as much, but just humming and just letting the music and the words come to me, where just in those moments I would fill them in. And then later on, when I had a second where I could put the baby down, I would record it to try to collect all what I wanted to thus create the song with. And then that's how it came together.
Very nice. Now, she's a little older now. Is she singing this song?
She's heard it a few times. It was when you guys first aired it the first time, we actually made a big deal about the fact that it was airing. But I feel like she knows Mommy sings and sings a lot about her. But I think when she's a little bit older, she might appreciate it more. Now it's just a fun song that Mom likes to sing.
Well, that's great. Memories created
Yes,
either way. I love that. Let's talk a little about you. Are you currently working on any singles or an album solo, or is there anything going on with Big Louie and the Band?
So in terms of music, because I'm not an instrumentalist, so I often need to find someone who I can collaborate with to create things like this particular song. And I do have an idea for a song that I've been kind of actually working on for almost 4 years now. So I'm still in the phase where I'm just creating the song, and then I will need an instrumentalist to help me with the actual tracking of it. So I'm hoping that that's done. Hopefully within the next year would be nice, but that's on its way. And then for Big Louie and the Band, we are performing at Pride Fest coming up on August 10th. We have some gigs at the Caesars Windsor lined up, and then just some private events as well.
Very nice. Do you know any dates? Remember, August 10th, save the date for that. Do you know any
Pride
dates
Fest.
at Caesars by chance?
We're there in September.
Okay, so a little over maybe 2 months, depending on when.
I think it's the 11th, September 11th.
September 11th, okay. We're just try and remember that, folks. September 11th, mark it down on the calendar.
Yes,
Big
Cosmos
Louie and the
Windsor.
Band. Okay, so you got a couple of events coming up, which is great. We're looking forward to that. Now I'm going to come back to that for the tips and tricks. So the vocal coach that you've worked with,
Yes.
what is her name again? Sorry,
Elaine Overholt.
Shawn Mendes, John Travolta,
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Catherine
Michelle
Zeta-Jones.
Pfeiffer.
You listed a bunch.
Yeah.
What are some things that you've learned from her that people can incorporate every day in their life? Not even just to sing, just to be able to speak better, keep their voice up to par.
Yeah. So she really focuses on maintaining grounding and using the whole body as an instrument opposed to just your throat and basically your face. She does utilize the face in terms of the expression and how you can alter even just if you start playing with the sounds that your voice is able to make, and then utilize your face as well in the effort of actually producing that sound, you can thus construct different sounds for different types of qualities that you were trying to evoke. And I think through her, the one example I can think of is she really emphasized this idea of doing a rock face. So it's that like scrunching nose, really kind of putting it up in like the mask of your face. And she would make me go over and over again and be like, yeah. But it's again, when you transfer that now in terms of actually producing a sound that you want to convey, it allows just a different sensation. And I think that's where when I'm able to hold lengthier notes, or at least kind of put more expression into that quality of sound I'm trying to produce, I've noticed that it's improved my overall output of what I'm wanting to send out there.
No, that's fantastic. So I'm going to be here in the studio with a T, and I'm going to be belting out yas during songs, try and keep the voice nice and warmed up. I love it. Now, I got some rapid fire questions for you. Okay, you ready for them?
Let's do it.
Okay. What performance sticks out in your mind? Do you remember? Is there a certain one that you love, best performance ever?
That I've done?
Yes. It doesn't matter who it's with, solo, Big Louie in the Band, whatever the case may be, Norwegian Cruise.
Yes. So definitely when I was able to do my first solo show on board the Norwegian Cruise Lines.
Very nice.
Yes.
Very nice. What has been your favorite venue to play in?
I really like playing at the Cosmos stage locally. That stage is incredible, and we have great audiences that come and watch us. Beyond that, I really obviously enjoyed touring and being on stage on the ship, because I was able to meet so many people just across the world.
I love that. So that's been your favorite, yeah?
Between the two, yes. Locally, Cosmos, and then having that opportunity to perform on stage on the ships.
I love it. Where is your dream venue? If you could perform anywhere in the world, what venue would it be?
I would like to perform at the Mirvish Theatre in Toronto. Any one of them, because there's multiple, but one of the Mirvish theaters.
That is the first. I don't know the Mirvish Theatre, sadly.
So if you see any sort of theatre, like professional theatre in Toronto, it's most likely at a Mirvish Theatre.
Very nice. If you could perform on stage with any artist or band, doesn't matter, living, dead, some of the members, whatever the case may be, what song you choosing, and who are you choosing? It could be like the Beatles, Let It Be, or something.
It would be Reba McEntire, and I would love to duet with her, Does He Love You?
Very nice. Very nice.
Yes.
And the final question for you, the best piece of advice you've ever received, and who did it come from?
Oh, that's interesting.
I love when I throw people for a loop like that.
Because there's so many life advices that I steal from different people, but I don't know why this one in particular came to me when you said this. Was actually from Nino Palazzolo. I was in a musical theater production literally in my youth years, and he said to the entire group that particular night that there's always going to be somebody better than you. And as a young person, it was weird to have an adult say that to me, but when he continued on his description of what he meant is this idea that you have to kind of show up as you all the time, and there is really no comparison. And then if you start beating it down and actually evolving that comparison, it's just everybody is different. So you have to just show up as the best version of you, because that's all that you're capable of.
I love that. It's very good advice. There's just be you, pretty much. I love that. Your music, Spotify, are you on Apple Music as well?
Correct.
Yep,
awesome. All of them, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And you have Instagram as well. Do you have Facebook, like a page? Or?
Instagram primarily. So Alysia Therrien is where I put most of my music and what I'm doing locally, and anything that new that's coming out. I do have Facebook as well, but if you're looking for more music content base that's specific to my music, Alysia Therrien Instagram page.
Wonderful. Well, Alysia, we are looking forward to following along your music journey, solo and with Big Louie and the band. And I just want to thank you so much for coming in. It's been great to chat with you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Alysia Therrien, everybody. Music Monday. Spencer Duby signing out for this interview.